So it's been on my heart to try and explain this esoteric teaching. Some things can't be encompassed by words, and by trying to explain it, I ensure that I will fail. But I'm going to try to, because it's really on me, and I feel like this will help a lot of people on their journey. So generally, we see the yin yang symbol. You're familiar with it, right? The light and the darkness and the light, and it's the circle. And, you know, most people have been taught that it's a symbol for balance, right? All things are balanced, right? The light is balanced with the darkness is balanced with the light, and they dance together, right? There's actually a deeper, more expanded view on it that could really serve your life experience. So rather than viewing it as the light dancing with the darkness, rather than viewing it as a symbol for balance, it might be more helpful if you looked at it as a symbol for the nature of reality. And the nature of reality is actually really ironic. Like, whoever came up with the symbol to communicate that was probably laughing their ass off the entire time, because it is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But it is funny, it's ironic. So rather than viewing it as the light with a bit of darkness in it, or darkness with a bit of light in it, you should look at it as what is with what isn't, right? So it's the nature of what currently is, and then within it is a little bit of what isn't, or what could be, right? And so in that sense, there's always the potential of transformation. So what is could always change into what it isn't. It could always change into something different. And conversely, what isn't could always become, it can always actualize. And so there's always that dance, right? What isn't always has the potential to become what is. And then what is always has the potential to become what it is not, right? Now, you can switch those signs too. If you were paying close attention, you might notice that both symbols are constructed the same. So you could say it is what is surrounded by what isn't, or you could say that same side, referring to the same side, it is what isn't surrounded by what is. I'm not sure if I articulated that correctly, but basically I'm trying to say both symbols represent the same thing. Visually, they look different. Visually, yes, I understand. Visually, they look different. But in representation, in metaphor, they are the exact same thing. The two halves, they hold the same essence. Now, here's where the irony really does kick in, is because the two sides represent the same thing, it's actually communicating that reality is dancing with itself. It's speaking to the illusion of separation. So we see something that isn't. We see something that's different from what we are or what we expect. And we view it as different, but it's not. And the only way they could communicate this visually was with opposites, right? They had to do it on the extremes. But this applies even with subtle differences. It doesn't necessarily have to be you're the exact opposite of me. It's really just whatever is different. Like in the Bible, when God from the burning bush, he said, I am, right? Reality isn't necessarily something that can be adequately labeled. You can call it good, you can call it bad, but there's always that potential for transformation. And because both sides could be validly applied, what you're calling good could actually be bad. What you're calling bad could actually be good. And so in that sense, the labels, even if they're applied, they're illusory. They don't capture the whole picture. What does capture the whole picture is I am. I am captures the whole picture, because you are that which does get labeled. That is reality. Reality is that which gets labeled. And so you have the oppositions, you have the two different sides, the two things that you could be, but you are not on one side or the other. You are the whole picture, right? You are not the label that they would call you versus the label they wouldn't call you. You are not good or bad. You are both. You're the wholeness. You are that which transforms, that which contains everything. But that's not just you. That's reality. So all is one. We are reality dancing with itself. That's what yin and yang, the symbol, aside from balance, in a deeper, more expanded way, that's what it's trying to communicate. Now, this is an esoteric teaching. So unless you've already been exposed to a lot of spiritual teachings and concepts and meditation, it's going to be normal if this is confusing. If it doesn't make sense, that's expected. But I do hope that this video maybe plants a seed. I'm going to reapproach trying to teach this, because I'm sure I can communicate it better. But I do hope that this serves you and that it helps you on your journey.